Hello, I'm Refashionista Sheri, and if you love all things thrifted and vintage and thrift flips and upcycles and refashions, you're definitely in the right place because I put out brand new rockin' Refashionista videos every single week. So go ahead and subscribe, tell all your friends, and you know what? Let's just dive right into this week's project. So I've had these lightweight, oversized for me men's jeans in my stash for way too long, and I really wasn't sure what I wanted to do with them, but they're super soft and worn in, and I think they look pretty cool, but they need something, right? So thankfully TikTok came to the rescue because it kept showing me the latest fashion trends, and apparently denim maxi skirts have made a comeback. So today I'm going to show you exactly how to transform a pair of loose-fitting jeans into an awesome denim maxi skirt, and then you too can be right on trend. If you've been with me for a while, you already know I am a content creating monster, and I put out new tutorials and articles and posts every single day on my blog and channel and social media. So whenever I find a new idea or what I think is a new idea, I hop on over to my blog and I search for it just to make sure I have not done something identical or very, very similar before. So I was super surprised that I've never actually created a maxi skirt out of a pair of jeans before. I never have. I've done loads of other denim skirt type of projects, but never an actual maxi skirt. So yay, we are doing this one for the very first time. It's amazing. Okay, so let's get started. What you need are, of course, your jeans, and I'm using a pair that actually fit me quite loose and down low around my hips. They are men's jeans, and I just thought these would make a good Refashionista victim. So you need your jeans, your seam ripper, and of course your sewing gear. Because these are quite long on me, I'm just going to chop off the bottom hems, and then that way it should hopefully be easier to get rid of all of these seams with my trusty vintage seam ripper. And as always, these shall be going into my stash of chopped hems, and then in the future will probably be transformed into denim bangles or rings. So because I chopped off my hems, it's actually so much easier to remove this inseam here because we got to go from one bottom leg here all the way up around the crotch and all the way down through to the other leg. And you just want to open up that entire inseam. This is one of the times where I am very happy with whoever made these jeans because once I got really started here, it turns out I can just pull, and that whole length of thread is going to come out, and then I just have to pull it from the other side, and then hopefully this other seam is going to be just as easy. This is just so satisfying. Alrighty, the legs are totally open, but you can see here, like, the back bottom area is super bulky, and we have a little bit of bulk going on here in the crotch area as well. So the first thing I'm going to do is open up this front seam right under the zipper just until that bulk can easily be folded over, if that makes sense. So probably, let's see, let's fold it there to about here. All right, it is all open, and I did end up going all the way up to right below the bottom of the zipper seam here. And you can see what I mean. This now folds in nicely behind, and then this is going to come over the top, and it's just going to be a really cool little detail in the front. And so now I'm just going to go stitch down here, following the exact same stitch lines that I removed, and here as well. And then we're going to do something similar to the back. Look at how perfect that came out here. It is so nice and flat, and it looks pretty cool. So I think I'm just going to repeat this process on the back side as well. I've opened up the back seam here to just a little bit past the bottom of the pockets. And when I fold it over, it goes flat, it looks fine and everything. But you know what? Look at this. I don't quite think I need to have a big slit in the front and then a big slit in the back as well, because it's just going to look like cut up jeans, right? So I think I've come up with a better idea. I have my jeans inside out, and now I'm just going to flip them. So I have my jeans inside out with one of the sides facing up. And you can see here, there's an awful lot of bulk in the bottom area, which I don't need. And you know what? I've been trying this on and taking it off over and over and over, and the waist really is too big for me. I don't have to undo the button and the zip to get it on and off. So I think I am going to do a little 2-for-1 for myself here, and I'm going to take in the waist and close up the back at the same time. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove this back belt loop. I'm just going to stitch it on again when it's done, and then I'm going to just simply stitch all the way down here right between the pockets. So it's very important that this is lined up evenly, and I'm just going to go all the way down until almost the very bottom, because I still want a bit of a slit in the back, just not so much as it would be if I did the other version. So you can see I did go ahead and stitch all the way down, and I did a gentle angling curve here at the point where I wanted the slit in the back to be. And I did first a straight stitch, then as always I did my tight wide zigzag over top of my straight stitch, because I don't have a serger and it really does help to slow down the fraying, especially with denim. And now I'm just going to go chop off all of this excess fabric here because it's quite bulky. And again, here is a tip. Make sure after each step you're trying this on just to check the fit, because as I said, if I wouldn't have done that, I just would have done the back the same, and I would have ended up with a waist that was too big and 2 huge slits, one in the front and one in the back. Not a good look. And as I said I would, I stitched on that belt loop again, and it covers up the seam here at the top, which is very cool. I was very lucky with these jeans because they are quite thin, so I could stitch this back on with my machine. If you have really thick jeans, I did share a tutorial about how to fix torn off belt loops, so I'll link that down below for you. And for some reason, a lot of people had a lot of opinions on that, so go look at the comments. It's quite funny, actually. Anyway, look, I think that looks okay. Everything looks super even, which is a rarity for me, but I was looking in, let me just take you over here. If you watched my video about my studio before and after tour and how I store everything, you remember my baskets here that I have on my little filming table. And I just happened to glance over here, and here is a bunch of pockets. And look at these. These actually are the pockets I took off of my jumpsuit upsize from, I think last year I made that. I'm not sure, but I'll link that down below for you. And so I've had these pockets just sitting there for more than a few months. And I actually was thinking they might look cute on the side, right? Like that? Does that look cute? I think that looks cute. I mean, it's probably going to look cuter from the front, but I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to stitch these on, and then we can finally try this on and style it up. Okay, I still can't believe in nearly 2,000 tutorials, articles, sustainable style posts, I haven't shared a upcycled jeans to maxi skirt tutorial. I'm in shock about that. But this came out absolutely perfect, and it is so comfortable. I cannot tell you. Now, I know some of you may be thinking, the slit in the front is a little bit too generous, but you know what? It is no shorter than any of my short skirts, so I don't have an issue with it at all. If you do, all you have to do is make that fold a little bit deeper in the front, and it makes the slit lower. It's really, really easy. Or you can fill in that whole slit with just a simple triangle of fabric. How cool would that look? Very cool. I think that might be another tutorial coming up. We'll see. So I don't know if anyone noticed my awesome clogs that I'm wearing with this fantastic skirt. And I've actually had these since the 90s. I bought them in Japan when I was living there in about 1996, 1997. That's crazy. And they're still going strong and looking awesome, but they weren't looking so awesome a few years ago. So I went ahead and I painted the wood part here, and it's lasted forever. And that's just fantastic. If you want to find this tutorial plus loads more tips and tricks and DIYs for improving your footwear, I'll link down below to my super duper cheap and cheerful Upcycled Footwear ebook. Just go download it. It is awesome, like all of the things I do, I think are pretty darn awesome. And of course, it's super duper affordable because everybody should be able to upcycle and refashion without breaking the bank, which is what I am all about. And that's why I always give you guys 50% off my already super duper cheap Refashioning 101 e-course. It's epic. Everything is in there. It should take you a few days to a week or maybe even longer to get through everything and go through all the downloadable PDFs. Plus you get my awesome Refashioning 101 ebook included in the course. And there's like over 100 more tutorials in that book. But again, go check it out. Link is down below. And yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go out now. I'm loving this outfit so much. I think everybody needs to see it outside as well. So until next time, stay safe, stay well, and I'll catch ya on the zigzag. Seriously, painted shoes are so easy and they last so long, like forever. This is Confessions of a Refashionista.